Today, guys, we're talking about fails that Rockstar Games has made in GTA Online. There's been a fair bit of them, but we're only going over 3 today. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's kick it off with the Slam Truck. This is definitely one of the biggest fails they have ever made. We were so incredibly hyped for this vehicle, then we got it in game, and it was so hard to even drive a regular car onto the back of it, and then once we finally got it on, after ramming it countless times, we were then able to drive about maybe a quarter mile, and then the car would just fall right off, which was a huge pain in the ass, because look at the truck. It has a tow hook on it, and it is clearly made to drive cars around the city. That is why we were hyped for it, because we don't have any other car except one trailer that can be attached to a Phantom or a hauler, and then we could tow cars around in the back of that. But it was just terrible. And even what they promoted it for, you'll see people flying over it on motorcycles, but you can't even ramp off of it on a motorcycle. You'll just crash every single time. Even with a monster truck, as you can see on screen, it can't even make it over. And the funniest part is, it got messed up by the Slam Truck on the left, not the one on the right with the exhaust pipe sticking out of it, which is just even funnier. This truck was an absolute fail, and everybody was so pissed off about it. And the worst part is, it cost $1.3 million to purchase, and it is literally worthless. There is no point in having this car in GTA Online, or I guess truck, and it doesn't even matter about performance. We don't care. I don't care if it would only go 30 miles an hour. All I wanted to do was tow one of my beautiful cars around the city and then just take it off. I literally made a video a long time ago talking about how easily Rockstar could have done that, but they decided not to. They just added a vehicle that was literally pointless in GTA Online. The only reason you know about this vehicle is because the prize ride sits on the back of it. That is it. I'm honestly surprised it even stays on there. But yeah, this thing was a massive fail by Rockstar. This next one is a pretty big fail as well, and it really pissed me off. It's the Fister Astron Custom. This thing was the most stupid thing Rockstar Games could have ever released in GTA Online. You guys know there is a regular Fister Astron, and then we have the Astron Custom, of course. They are literally the exact same vehicle. The difference is, one is $200,000 more, and obviously the custom version has a wide body kit. Now, looking at these two vehicles, I have maxed them out completely. Can you tell the difference? Other than the wide body kit, which comes stock on the Astron Custom, can you actually tell the difference between these two cars? In terms of customizations, they are both maxed out. The only difference between these two cars is going to be the roof rails on the Astron Custom. That is the only modification that is different when you take it to the custom shop, which really made me annoyed because it's the Astron Custom. There should be something special about it other than a stock part that comes on the car. Literally one upgrade is the only difference between these cars. But believe me, it gets much, much worse. This is where they failed miserably, alright? You bring the regular Fister Astron into how Special works because you're like, oh my god, there's HSW mods available for it. You bring it in and you're like, what the hell? Why can't I upgrade it? Then you look on Legendary Motorsports and you're like, oh shit, I need to buy the Astron Custom for $1.78 million. Instead of just bringing the regular Astron into Benny's and upgrading it, we have to buy an entirely new Astron, which has the exact same mods except for some roof rails. Then we can finally put some HSW mods on it. This was a massive failure. This is the only car in GTA Online that is titled on a site the Astron Custom. There's no other cars like that. Every other car that has the name Custom in it, you bring it to Benny's, you upgrade it to the custom version, and then there you go. This is the only car in the game that is like this, and it is a massive failure. To make things even worse, it's one of the slowest HSW vehicles in GTA Online. Rockstar absolutely failed miserably with this thing. Like, really think about it. If you had a regular Fister Astron, you guys are going to have to buy a brand new Fister Astron Custom for $1.78 million, therefore making it the most expensive upgrade price to get a custom vehicle in GTA Online. I put air quotes around that in real life. But like, man, oh man, this was a massive failure on Rockstar's part. They could have done this so much better. All they had to do was just say, you can bring the regular Astron into Benny's and then upgrade it to the custom version for $200K. You get a wide body kit on it, and maybe more than just one modification available for it. Then people might have been a little bit happier. And even if you do end up purchasing the Astron Custom, you take it over to how Special works, the only difference you'll notice compared to the regular Astron and the regular Astron Custom without HSW mods is the spoiler and the speed. But like I said, it is literally the slowest HSW vehicle in the game. This was a massive fail. I think Rockstar could have done this way better, and the second I saw the Astron Custom come out, I was like, why the hell can we buy this thing from Legendary Motorsports? That makes no sense. The whole purpose of Benny's Automotive in GTA Online is so you can upgrade the car into a custom version and get more mods. We have the Astron Custom on Legendary Motorsports, and there's literally one extra mod. You could test it for yourself. There is no difference between the regular Astron and the Astron Custom. Massive failure. Rockstar took an L with this, and honestly, nobody really notices this because the Astron is honestly just such a bad vehicle. Nobody drives it around anyways. End of the day, this was a massive fail on Rockstar's part, and I feel that they could have done it much better. Let's talk about another failure in GTA Online, the iWagon. Now, in real life, the top speed of this vehicle is about 124 miles per hour, which is decent. But in-game, the top speed is 91 miles per hour. But while I was driving it at this airport, literally during this clip, the top speed it reached was 89 miles per hour. That is so slow. Don't forget, this vehicle costs $1.72 million. And this is where the fail starts to hit. Alright, you pay 1.7 mil for this thing. But guess what? There are a lot of cheap cars that could beat this thing in a race. Like the regular Blista, which has a top speed of 104 miles per hour. We also have the Mariachi Tornado, which has the exact same top speed as it. And then we also have the Faggio, which has a top speed of 103 miles per hour. That's right, I even did a little race going from right here all the way to the bridge just before the military base. And you know why the Mariachi Tornado beat it? It's because it has a combustion engine, so when it's going downhill, it'll actually go up in speed. Now, this Mariachi Tornado actually ended up going about 105 miles per hour at its peak, and the iWagon went, I think, about 94 miles per hour at its peak. You can literally see the iWagon right now is a bit further ahead because of its acceleration. But now it's already hit top speed. And now you can see the Mariachi Tornado is starting to catch up. This was honestly such a massive failure for Rockstar Games. Like, you gotta remember, this iWagon is $1.7 million. I know that's not a ton of money anymore, but you gotta realize a car that expensive should be able to be up to par with something like the Fister Neon, or the Cyclone, or the Cyclone 2. In all honesty, I feel like the regular Voltic would be able to beat this thing in a race, and that thing is absolute garbage. At the end of the day, the iWagon was a massive failure. I feel like it could have been so much better, or it could have been so much cheaper. It's not a terrible car, but it has barely any customizations. I've literally never seen anybody driving this car around at all in GTA Online, and if you do drive it around, comment your opinion of it down below in the comment section. I'm really curious to see what you guys think of it, but in my opinion, I see this as a massive failure on Rockstar's part. I decided to add one more massive fail into this video, and that's going to be adding the HSW update only on PS5 and Xbox Series X. Now, this is a very, very quick one. I think they should have added almost all of the content on all platforms, and maybe added a couple extra cars along with in-game improvements for next gen only. I know a lot of you guys out there who still play on PS4 and Xbox One were really pissed when this happened, because we got all this new content on next-gen consoles, and you were just sitting there watching, like, what the hell? What is this? We don't get jack shit. And then we're chilling here with all these new upgrades, these new cars. The game looks so much better. It's awesome. And you guys are sitting there with nothing. To make things even worse, they decided to not release any of this on PC to this day. Like, you gotta really think about this. These consoles are pretty good, but PCs are way better. And I still don't understand why we don't have any of this stuff on PC. It makes no sense to me whatsoever, because the limitations on consoles compared to the limitations on PC, there is a pretty damn big difference between those. So when it comes down to it, that's another massive fail on Rockstar's part, and I really hope they stop messing up like this. I mean, they've released some banging shit in the past, but I'm not gonna lie, recently, there's been a lot of L's, and you gotta agree with me there. Let me know what you guys think of this down below in the comments section, and if you want to see another episode, be sure to drop a like. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and with that said, I will catch you guys in the next one.